What up, YouTube? How you doing? All right, welcome to Wolf King's Vids. I'm your host, Wolf King. I'll be doing great. Anyway, we got artist straight out of Maryland. They have been recently banned from Facebook for making art that criticizes the MAGA hat, criticizing it as a symbol of hate. Now, we got a news story up from there. We're going to take a look at that, and we're going to give a post analysis of the video. Let's watch.
For some, the MAGA, or Make America Great Again hat has become a symbol of pride, but for others, it's a symbol of hate. A Maryland woman uses them to make art.
So she says her works are a comment on hate speech, but now she's banned on Facebook because of it. Told our Jess Arnold she just wants a chance to defend her work and start a dialogue.
Seeing a swastika anywhere is jarring, but if you look closer, there's a phrase we've all come to know: Make America Great Again. It's made out of MAGA hats.
People who are wearing these hats say that they're harmless, they're innocuous, and this series is a way of calling them out.
Maryland-based artist Kate Kretz rips apart the hats and re-sews them into symbols of hate that we all recognize, like the Nazi armband or KKK hood.
It's not really up to the wearer to say, oh, you shouldn't feel afraid of me.
When Kate posted this picture of the armband on her Facebook page, she says she got a lot of positive feedback from users, but Facebook took it down within 4 to 5 days.
Saying that it violated their community standards. I appealed it, reposted it with text on the photograph that said, this is not hate speech, this is commentary on hate speech. My account was disabled.
Kate says she filed an appeal and hasn't heard a whisper. I asked her how she thinks Facebook should draw the line when it comes to images and phrases that look like hate speech.
I understand doing things for the greater good. However, I think that artists are a big part of Facebook's content providers, and they owe us a fair hearing.
This is essentially her livelihood. She can't access her thousands of contacts who look out for her art shows or new pieces. She believes the community needs to see art like this, now more than ever.
There's a big difference between hate speech, which incites violence, and commentary on hate speech, which incites dialogue.
She only hopes Facebook gives her the freedom to have that dialogue again. Jess Arnold, WUSA 9.
We reached out to Facebook for comment. We are still waiting to hear back.
Okay, so that's the totality of the clip right there. Now this seems to be a bit concerning. There seems to be a fine line between a very fine thin line between art and hate speech, and social media seems to blur between the two. Now, obviously, what that woman said, Kate Kretz, all she's doing is just making political commentary through her art. You know, she's not putting anyone down. She's not threatening anyone's lives or anything like that. All she's doing is making a political statement through her artwork. That's it. And because of that, she's being censored by Facebook and banned from that, and her livelihood is in jeopardy. That's ridiculous. It's absent of making a violent threat. You shouldn't have your work censored just because people find it offensive. I mean, that's ridiculous. See, this is why people on the left, people who actually believe in liberal values, should value free speech as one of the main core tenets of their philosophy. If they succumb to this outrage politic kind of trend that's been going on as of late, all that it's going to do is essentially bite them back in the ass if they do this. Sure, there are crazy people out there to say all kind of outlandish things that, absent of evidence, should not be listened to, of course. But if they just outright do this broad brush of let's ban everyone for something that they say that might be perceived as offensive, it's going to come back to actually haunt them or us when we try to actually come out with an argument or a point about a particular social issue or matter that might have a clear problem in mind that we're trying to rectify, but we can't because people's feelings are hurt, and it's more about the narrative over the actual facts, and that's never good for anyone. But the main point that I'm trying to make here is, if there's true value in that work, be it commentary or a film or a painting or whatever, it should be listened to without censorship or anything else. Only absent of violence, absent of someone saying something crazy or insane, like I'm going to shoot all these people after this broadcast is over, they should be able to be listened to without any reprimand whatsoever. And it's funny. This actually reminds me of an off-air hangout I was in not too long ago, where I was talking to a few conservative people who was talking about how all this censorship occurs as a result of liberals or people on the left trying to censor ideas they don't want to hear. And for the most part, that is true. There is a small minority out there that does, in fact, do this. However, I mean, we see this with righties all the time. Anytime when there's like a journalist or a comedian who says something that they don't like, they instantly censor them. So, I mean, I'm not really surprised that this has occurred, but yeah, this woman doesn't deserve to have her livelihood destroyed just because she thinks that the MAGA hat is a symbol for hate and sort of like this idea of nationalism over other people or anything like that, or other cultures and such to that effect. She should be able to, promote her work without fear of losing money or anything like that. So I hope Facebook comes to their senses and rectify this issue, because it's complete BS. But that's all I gotta say. That's my 2 cents on the scenario. That's the end of my monologue. This has been Wolf King. Peace out. If you like this video, you know what to do. Stop by to Dare to Know, and peace out. Later.